Good morning, everybody. We're going to talk about this little guy today. Now, I would have made a video about this yesterday, but I'm in western Oklahoma and we got blanketed with ice, and I was pretty much trapped in the house all day. So, yeah, and I left all my recording shit here. So, yeah, we're going to do this today. So, we're going to discuss Nintendo DS, this fingerprint magnet, or DS Lite, and is it viable in 2025? And I know every year there's at least one video of, is this old console viable in 2024 or 23, 22? But I mean, we're sitting in 2025 and this is still one of my favorite handhelds to use. I mean, you can emulate it fairly easy. I mean, even the Mii Mini emulates DS. But there's something about it, and I do like original hardware with a lot of stuff. I wouldn't say I'm on that side of, original hardware or die. Definitely not. I am all about my handheld emulators. I'm on that side of the fence. I have no problem with original hardware. If that's your thing, you're still in the right place. We love retro games. I mean, those are the things that inspired these emulators. So, but now as for the DS Lite, I picked this up on Marketplace a couple years back. I paid $22 for it. Yeah, so I paid 22 for it. Didn't come with anything. It was just the handheld and a charger. And then I went down the rabbit hole of finding a card for it. Now, of course, if you do that, everywhere you look is going to be R for this, R for that. But then you might end up on the pages that explain what a time bomb is inside an R4 card, where eventually it quits working, so you buy a new one. So I hit up Amazon, started looking at cheap alternatives, and I picked one up for about $10. Got it in, tried it, and no matter what I could do, it would not read it. It wouldn't work. It was god awful. So got pissed off, was about to order an R4 card. And of course now you get the Easy Flash Parallel, which is flawless, but it's also vastly more expensive. So I got back on and I found the Ace 3DS card. This is what this is, Ace 3DS. I found this. I decided to try it. It had, mixed reviews, but I got it in. Doesn't really give you an explanation of how to set it up, but you essentially have to go find R4 firmware for it and throw it on the root of the SD card to get it to function. That may have changed now, but that's what I had to go do. So, and I'm trying to put it in the wrong spot. So the only thing with the Ace 3DS is there are times when you stick it in and you kick on the handheld, it doesn't quite read it, but all you got to do is turn the handheld off. Let's see. Oh, read it perfectly. So there it is, Ace 3DS. If it doesn't read it, you just kill the power, go back over here. And what I found that works is pressing it in and out like 3 times, out and whatnot. Okay. And that tends to work. Now with this, of course, you can, emulate Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color, all this stuff. But I haven't gone through setting that up. I have other handhelds for that. I don't need a dual screen handheld where one of these screens is going to be black anyway, or it'll have emulator options most likely down here, and it's really not built for that, and it's going to act all stupid and it's going to be buggy, and that's no. So my main focus is in fact just DS on here. Now I've gone through and moved over just a ton of stuff, okay? And so this thing is a little bit overloaded, and I've noticed a couple duplicates ended up on here, which I'll have to pull the SD card and fix. Let's see if I can find them. And I just passed that. Those weren't duplicates. That was like number 1 and 2. Not that you give a shit what my duplicates are. I think they're down here. But yeah, I've really loaded it up. There it is. Planet Puzzle League and Plants vs. Zombies. So let's jump into gameplay with this. Of course, we got Metal Slug. I have Mega Man on here. I got Pokemon games on here. I got Castlevania, Mario Kart. I got Mario Hoops, man. If I want to play some basketball. One of the games I always gravitate to, is, especially for like Game Boy, or I guess Game Boy Advance, is the Boktai games. You should see that logo and know I'm all about that life. When it comes to the DS, the continuation of that Boktai series is going to be Lunar Nights. So let's get that started up. All right. So here's Lunar Nights. It's a lot. The level layout's going to be a lot like Boktai. So, you know, except for I don't necessarily have a gun. I have a shield and a sword. I can run, dash into enemies, pull out my shield and block. He's gonna blow up. But it's still kind of the same idea as Boktai, where you're after vampires. I haven't been too far in this game, even though I really enjoy it. I need to play it more, and I fully intend on beating it eventually. All the games like this I'm going to beat. Can I hurt that? Yes, I can. I'm going to stand right in front of it like an idiot. So, anyway, that's Lunar Nights. And if you have the Ace 3DS and you're setting it up, how do you get out of a game? I normally hit all the face buttons and the shoulders at the same time, and it takes me right back out. Just like that. Now, one of the benefits of this, and maybe I just got lucky and got the right firmware for it, you can, and I'm going to get it, I'm going to butcher this, okay? I'm absolutely going to fuck this up. I do all the time. I don't use this for anything, but let's try that one. Oh, back up. See, I fucked it up already. Let's get back to it. There you go. Okay. So you hit Y and you bring up file information. And in here you can see everything about it, file size. You can hit Y for settings. Then X for cheats. And I never added a cheat file to it, so I'm guessing it just came with the firmware I used. Would you stop focusing like that, you jackass? Okay. So, but yeah, here we go. So they all come with, well, at least the R4 firmware I did, comes with this cheat menu, where I got all these modifiers, 100% catch rate, so I could just throw, regular Pokeball at everything and just catch it. And some of the cheats in here are like being able to catch a trainer's Pokemon, so I don't even know how the hell that works. I haven't turned that on because I'm scared it's just gonna like crash the whole system. Battle EXP multiplier, so I can get in here and go times 16 times 128, and before hitting the first gym, you'll be maxed out, man. Not that anything will listen to you, but also if everything's like level 100 by the first gym, it doesn't matter if they listen to you. When they finally attack, they're going to obliterate all. So, yeah, you get that. And then here's your settings. You can go in here and select your save type. You can make it, Rumble, link with GBA, whatever. So you do get that added benefit to it. Now, like I said, absolutely love the DS Lite. It's, I don't know, one of the better clamshells out there. I mean, it is what it is. It's tried and true. It's been around forever. I hate Nintendo, but no denying the product here. So really, really good. I mean, and for $20, I can't complain too bad. But the top screen has like one deep scratch in it right there. And they are horrific fingerprint magnets. I mean, that goes without saying. I was actually looking for a game I was going to turn on. By the way, if you're a Chrono Trigger fan like me and you didn't know this, there's extra stuff, more content to Chrono Trigger on the DS version. So I want to play through and beat that also and see everything that's different, because I love Chrono Trigger, man. That's one of the best games in existence for me. Ah, here we go. Final Fantasy Tactics A2. I'm going to turn that on, but I'm going to slide it off screen here real quick while I look at something. I don't remember what all I put down. And sometimes you'll get a game where you have to put too much info on it. Oh yeah, that's one of them. But it's just my first name, so I don't care. But look, I got 41-hour playtime on here. 41 hours. I mean, look at that. That's how much I've used this. I mean, and I've trusted this card enough that I would have a 48 hour or a 41 or whatever hour, 40 plus hour save file on it. Absolutely. I mean, this, and if you're into the tactics games, this one starts out a little meh. You know, my first tactics game was Final Fantasy Tactics for the PlayStation. At first, I wasn't sure of that game, and then really got into it. Ended up loving it. I've beat that game 1,000 times over. I'm currently playing a ROM hack of it that makes it incredibly hard. And then eventually I tried the Game Boy Advanced, so Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced. Amazingly fun. Like, the opener is kind of a bitch. The beginning part, because it's really slow. A lot of bullshit, and sometimes you get tired of them explaining shit you already know. It's kind of the same with this one. The opener is kind of this one I had a lot of trouble at the start wanting to play it. I don't know what really got me about it. You know, I was like, fuck this. I prefer the PlayStation or the Game Boy Advance version. And so I played it for like 10-15 minutes, put it down, and then like 2 months later I came back, decided what the hell, try it, kicked it back on. And over the next, I don't even know how long, I put 40 plus hours into it. So, absolutely amazing DS game. But in 2025, man, you should be able to find them cheap. Now, the problem with DS Lite is every DS Lite that you can find generally, you know, for sale in your area, like if you use Marketplace, they are probably the most disgusting devices for sale in your area, okay? Every one you see, I mean, it is covered and caked in shit, and there's bejeweled stickers all over it, and it looks like, it came out of the, you know, the sewer. It is nasty. The screen's all messed up, or it started to yellow, and it's cracked and broken, and they still want $100 for it because they think it's ultra rare now, and it's just not. And yeah, so they are some of the hardest handhelds to find, all original, not completely destroyed. All right. Now you can get on Whatnot, Mercari, eBay, I think even Amazon, and find people that have reshelled them, new buttons, and they're normally in that extreme rate clear plastic. You'll see like purple, blue, whatever. And those normally run about $100. I'd say 80 to 100 easy. And I've heard mixed reviews on those shells and buttons, that they're not that great. They feel really cheap. I haven't had to deal with it. I've been lucky. When I seen the condition of this, I had to go get it. I actually drove like an hour one way to go get this, spend $22 on it, drive an hour back, and it was absolutely worth it, especially for a game. You know, I'm putting 40 hours in this stuff. So You get your little stylus there. And it's such a simple device. I mean, it really is. It's nice and pocketable. And if you're into DS games and you're like me where you don't... okay, I don't necessarily hate emulating DS on a handheld, but it's not the best thing. I can emulate it on a large handheld, a really overpowered one, a $200+ handheld, because I got a bigger screen. But being side by side doesn't really interest me. I prefer the standard, top and bottom here. So, yeah, I do prefer original hardware for it. And if you're like me, I mean, like I said, it doesn't bother you playing it on an emulator, but it's just, you can't stay with it because it's not as good. It's just not as good as playing it on here. I mean, can you imagine playing, like, there you go, one of the best RPGs on the DS is The World Ends With You. I tried to play that on an emulator. You can't, man. It is awful. Because you even got to use the stylus and shit. It's rough. So it's better just to get the original hardware. Go spend the $20. And if you want to hunt down a refurbished one, go spend the $100. But even at that price, even at $100, if you look, you can find DSIs and DSi XLs get a little bigger, a little more powerful for about that price. And I have an XL right now I'm trying to repair. Super Princess Peach, another game that's completely underrated and insanely valuable if you have the physical copy. Well over $100 for that game, I believe. There's one I wanted to pull up and use as my example why I can't play it on an emulator. Here it is. Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. This game right here is the reason I cannot really get comfortable playing DS on an emulator with a single screen. If you know what this game is, you already know why. You've played it and you went, oh yeah, that would suck on one screen. Let's see if I can quick battle it. Okay, not that. Nah, I didn't mean to go back. I wish this thing would focus better. Also, my shop lights are on because it's extreme. The normal light I have in the background on some videos that's dim needs changed. So my only option is to have this big ass light on right now, and it's not really well balanced. And the DS screen isn't that damn bright. So. Yeah, it's not. It's having trouble focusing because the screen's dim as shit. But here you go. Here's why. Here's why I can't do this. Let's just play it close. Right here. Because you got this puzzle-like game where, everything's got to be lined up right. That's what I'm looking for. So, this line connects directly to that line. So this row will attack that guy. Their row will attack that, and so forth. So, using a single screen or side by side, you're going to find yourself counting rows. So you're going to be like, okay, 1, 2, third row from the left. This is my third row from the left. You'll start setting up, and I guarantee at some point, you're going to set up a row for an attack or a defense, and it's going to be one over, and it's going to screw you over. It'll screw you over completely. I mean, and you don't need the stylus for it. You can run the D-pad just fine. So that's not necessarily a problem. Look at all these extra moves I'm getting. Look, I can freely just beat this dude's ass if I wanted to now. Anyway, so yeah, that keeps me from really liking the emulated version of that game. And I love that game. I'm not big into puzzle games, but I absolutely love that game. So, first time I played it, though, was Xbox 360. Ended up getting it from the Play Store. That, Dungeon Defenders, the original Dungeon Defenders, Peggle, which Peggle is OG shit, and, Clash of Heroes. Me and the wife played Dungeon Defenders. for a little bit together. Then I ended up playing with a group and loved that game. Then me and the wife were playing Peggle together a lot. You know, just having fun, just small games. You know, it was our first Xbox, really. And then we ended up she ended up watching me play Clash of Heroes. She thought it was cool. She ended up running through, beating the whole campaign. And then nightly, we would have a versus battle, a few of them between me and her. And I'm going to admit it, but I like to tease her about this and tell her, you know, oh, she's not that good at it. And no, I'm still better than her. Nope, she can kick my ass at that game for some reason. You know, there's not a lot out there. There's not a lot of games out there that anybody in my household can beat me on. But that one, she is absolutely better than me at, so I'll give it to her. Anyway, so tell me what you think. Tell me if you own a DS Lite. If you do you use it? Do you use an R4 card? Or are you like me and went for the cheap Ace 3DS or whatever brand? I mean, I would like to try out the Easy Flash Parallel, but that thing is, you know, 5-6 times the price easy of this Ace 3DS, and it's doing the same shit. The Parallel looks cooler, but I'm not going to see it besides the little end piece here, so I don't really care if it looks cooler. Anyway, so if you have a DS Lite, DSi, DS XL, let me know. Let me know what you think. Do you still play on it? If you do, give me some ideas for games. Give me something that maybe you didn't see in the list, or even if you've seen it in the list of games I have, point it out to me, because I haven't played everything on this. The ones I showed or I stopped at are ones I normally gravitate to and I play the most. So if you have a game that's really good and you're like, hey, check this shit out, you should try this game, I'll try it and let you know what I think. But hit the comments if you have one of these. And if you have the extreme rate one, if you have the refurbished one in that clear plastic shell, please comment and tell me, does it feel cheap? Is it worth that to pick one of those up if you want a DS Lite? Is it worth the extra money to get one in that? Does it feel horrible, or does it feel right? Does it grow on you? What? You know, give me your honest opinion. Don't feed me a line of bullshit. You know, I don't do that to you guys. Don't do it to me in the comments. Okay? Now, and I do feel bad because I've watched other people on here just try to sell you some shit, and they're people that I've watched in the past, and I trusted their take and I trusted their opinion when I was getting into this, and as of now I've seen them just sell their soul and do things they shouldn't and be like, you should buy this even though I know it's a piece of shit, but the company's giving me money for saying this. Look, man, there's no problem in making your money, and I know I'm ending the video and also getting, you know, sidetracked, but get your money. I have no issues with that, you know. If you're on YouTube and you're making money from ad revenue or whatever, fucking more power to you. You know, I'm not going to call you a sellout because if someone cut me a check, fuck yeah, let's do it. But what I won't do is lie to people and tell them something is good when it's not. I'm not going to tell you to go get a handheld that I believe is fucking e-waste. That pisses me off. And if whatever slim chance the people that do that have now watched this video, do me a favor. Stand up and kick yourself square in the nuts. And then stop doing it. Anyway, DS Lite 2025, fuck yeah, it's worth it. Why not go get one? And if you have one, get on a couple of games I mentioned. Clash of Heroes, fucking Lunar Nights, man. And absolutely replay Chrono Trigger and see those differences. All right, guys, I am worn out, tired as hell, and I actually got to start a 12-hour work shift today. So not really excited about that. My other guy, it's his birthday, so he's going to be gone all day, so I'm working my shift and his. So I'm going to get to my shitty day. I'll see you guys next time.